Hey gang, and welcome to another Animal Crossing video. I'm Crossing Channel, and September is about to arrive, which means we'll be getting some brand new limited time seasonal items introduced in Animal Crossing New Horizons. And honestly, there are actually some pretty cool ones to get your hands on this time around. Not only are there returning ones for new players, but there are some brand new items to enjoy as well, and I really like all of these a lot. So I'm going to go over all of the details that we know about these new items, when you can get them for yourself, how you can get them, and more. So this should be a lot of fun. Quickly before we begin this video, I just want to mention that I'm currently doing a Let's Play for Animal Crossing New Horizons over on my second channel, which is called Game with Ben. It's kind of based on the Twitch streams that I've been doing, so it's been a ton of fun, and I definitely hope you'll check it out. I've left a link in the video description, I'll also leave one in the pinned comments as well, so definitely check it out, I would really appreciate that. It's been so much fun, and I also have face cam on it if that's something you're interested in as well. Now, for our first item, we have one that's actually returning from last year for the Grape Harvest Festival, and this is, of course, the Grape Harvest Backpack. Now, sadly, this item isn't actually a basket that you can get and display around your island, which I would have personally loved. I think that would have been a much better item to get for this little festivity. But it is a pretty cool backpack, I won't lie. You don't see too many clothing items for the seasonal shopping menu, so it's nice to see them introduce a backpack that is so cool. Of course, this was actually introduced last year for the first time, but I know that a lot of people have started playing in 2021, so I'm sure there's a lot of you who don't have this item yet and would really enjoy getting it. I definitely think it's worth picking up. You have quite a long period of time to get your hands on it from the 1st to the 30th, so definitely consider going out there and getting it before it disappears. You can of course do so from the Seasonal Nook shopping tab, maybe you have the app as well, or you can access it from resident services. Either way, definitely be sure to get this item before it's too late. Sadly, we don't actually have grapes in Animal Crossing New Horizons, which would have been really cool. We do have them in Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, but sadly they never introduced them in this game. I guess they found it kind of tricky too, because in Pocket Camp the grapes grow on trees, which makes no sense, but I'd still love to see this and more grape themed items in the game. I feel like there's a lot of potential there, and hopefully we'll see more of them in the future. Now, for our next item, we have one that lasts from September 12th to the 20th as a part of the moon viewing festivities. Now, I really like this one, and it is returning from last year, so again, I'm sure that a lot of you probably already do have this one, but maybe if you only started playing this year, you won't have this one yet, and it's definitely worth getting your hands on. It's a really cool looking rug, that's basically all there is to say about it, but it definitely would work well with some of the kind of space-themed items that we have in the game, and floorings and walls. I'm sure you could make some really cool designs with this one. Sadly, we still can't place rugs outdoors, which is really a shame. If you watched one of my previous videos, you'll know that it is actually something possible kind of in the game's code. We just can't do it as players, which is really a shame. And I think these rugs and items like this would be so much more exciting to get if Nintendo just did a simple update to allow us to place rugs outside. I'm really hoping this is something Nintendo will consider in the future, because this is definitely a cool item, and I can imagine some people maybe putting it on the large rock formations on their island, because it does kind of look like the moon, and there's just so many other great rugs that we could do things with. So yeah, definitely worth getting this item though. Of course it is limited time, and you won't have quite as long to get it as you did with the grape basket, so definitely worth going out there and getting it from your Nook shopping tab whilst it lasts. Now, these were the existing items that we had last year, but there are some brand new items introduced to the game in 2021 that I mentioned as well, which we saw added in the 1.11 update, so I'm going to go over these now, and we actually have two more which are a part of the moon viewing festivities. Now, these ones are the really great in my opinion, because we've seen it in past games. The Dango, which is an item that I love, it's been in past Animal Crossing games and I've always loved collecting it. And we also have the mooncakes as well. So more food items introduced to Animal Crossing New Horizons, which I know is something that people really wanted. And I have to say, I agree with you 100%. I love the fact that we've actually seen so many new food items introduced through the seasonal shopping menu. Now, I know that there's a lot of people out there who really don't care about these new shopping items. They want to see, you know, much more content than just shopping items, and I'll agree with you 100%. Don't get me wrong, I'm not disagreeing with that, but I personally do love the fact that Nintendo has introduced so many food items. That was one thing that a lot of people said when the game came out, that it didn't have enough food, when past Animal Crossing games literally had so much. And I'm quite happy to say that I feel like the shopping menu has kind of adequately given us a lot of cool new food items, which I'm really happy about. I think the best thing about these items as well is that it's food from around the world, so it's maybe not necessarily food you'd be used to, but it helps introduce kind of a lot of new cultures to people, and I definitely think that's really great. That's probably one of the best things about the Nook shopping menu. I'm really happy to see the Dango make its return to Animal Crossing New Horizons, and of course the mooncakes, which are an entirely new item, I believe. I don't think they were in New Leaf, but I might be wrong on that. You'll have to let me know in the comment section down below. Either way, it's great to see new items introduced to the game. Even if it's not a ton of new items, it's always good to see more, in my opinion, because I know people are going to make some really cool sort of food related designs with these, like their own cafes and stuff like that, so it's definitely nice to see. Now, we do actually have one more item which appears for the same period of time from the 12th to the 20th, and this happens to be the Songpyeon item, which is a part of Chuseok, I believe. I'm sorry if I pronounced that wrong, I tried my best, but either way, it's a really cool item which is a part of the Korean Harvest Festival holiday. And again, it's another food item, so if you wanted even more food items in Animal Crossing New Horizons, here you go, we have even more. We've seen so many different food items in the past few months, I feel like, and this is another really great one that you can get your hands on. Of course, you don't have a ton of time to get it. You'll have to kind of, you know, go out there and get it before it's too late. I apologize for the text errors on screen that kind of happened during editing and I wasn't able to fix it in time, but like I said, it's actually from the 12th to the 20th. All of these moon viewing items and the Songpyeon are available from the 12th to the 20th, so you'll have roughly just under a week to get them. So make sure you go out there and get them before they completely disappear from the game, because you may be waiting another year to get your hands on them. I've made the mistake of doing this quite a lot in the past few months, so I just wanted to warn you guys in case you do the same thing. But what do you think about these new items in Animal Crossing New Horizons? Are you interested in getting any of them? Or are you disappointed that we didn't see more new items come to the Nook shopping menu? Are there any other items that you would have liked to have seen introduced this month? I definitely can think of tons that I would have really enjoyed seeing, but like I mentioned in this video, I am really happy that they introduced more food items. I think that's really great, and I hope that as the months go by, we do see even more introduced. I know we saw a lot introduced for New Year last year, so I'm hoping that we get more this time around as well. There are definitely more seasonal items going into November and October as well, so keep an eye out for those because I'll make more videos about that content. And if you enjoyed the video, be sure to comment Bob's Gang down below so I know you made it to the end. You can leave a like, you can also subscribe and turn on channel notifications for more Animal Crossing content. If you want to help support me in the content I make here, consider becoming a member of the Bob's Gang. You can click the join button down below or the link in the description to learn more. You can get a whole bunch of cool perks for doing so, like exclusive access to our members only Discord, emojis, badges by your name, and so much more.